Probably one of the most neglected maintenance items on any vehicle is the cabin air filter. At least, well, I hope it's a cabin air filter. Today I'm going to show you how to change the cabin air filter on this 2024 Ford Bronco in like literally 3 minutes. Stick around. Access to the cabin air filter on the Bronco is conveniently located behind the glove box door. Empty out your glove box because it's going to need to be tipped out. On either side of the glove box door, you'll see 2 tabs used as door stops. Depress both tabs together and lower the glove box door down. Along the passenger side of the glove box, you'll see the dampening rod, which just slides out past its guide slot. In behind the door, you'll see the HVAC housing and the filter access panel. Ford spent some time on the engineering for this, compared to some of the other vehicles they make, and it's simply removed by squeezing the tabs on the clip mechanism on the passenger side of the access panel. Once removed, simply grab the old filter and pull it out. Upon inspecting mine, it was pretty clear that some rodent somehow got into there and chewed up the filter somewhat. Pretty crazy. So this filter is obviously toast. The replacement I grabbed from the local Canadian tire store is this Fram unit. Before opening the sealed package, I want to double check the size compared to the old filter. Once I'm satisfied that I have the right filter, I can open it up. I'm looking for any direction arrows on the filter itself. Some units designate which orientation the filter must be installed, but this one has no markings. The filter itself is slightly rectangular, so it'll only install one way, which is with the felt lined sides on the outside end. When inserting the filter, be sure it's sliding into the housing and not bunching up. Once the filter is fully inserted, replace the access panel, noting that the wording molded into it is readable as you look at the housing. All that's left to do now is to reseat the glove box door, making sure to guide the dampening rod back through its opening. Because Ford probably uses the same filter and part number across many of their vehicles, at least most of their trucks, you can find these aftermarket Fram filters at any of your auto parts stores or even Walmart for that matter, and at a good price. Now, as far as filters go, I probably wouldn't use an aftermarket air filter in the engine compartment, but for cabin air filter, I mean, for the money, it probably performs just as good or better than the OE one. This one has activated charcoal in the filter elements to help reduce odors that the OEM one doesn't have. An aftermarket cabin air filter, I mean, I don't think you really have to worry about any warranty issues if there's some kind of failure. But an aftermarket engine air filter failure and you had a warranty issue, well, I'm not going to take that risk. As for the maintenance interval for the cabin air filter, follow the owner's manual. I think Ford recommends every 15 to 20,000 miles or once a year for the Bronco. If you're doing a lot of off-roading or trail running or on the gravel a lot, you might want to inspect it more frequently. You might be able to get away with giving it a shakeout every once in a while, maybe every 6 months if you're frequently on the dirt roads. Our friend Gilles had his cabin air filter basically clogged right up that his HVAC wasn't performing very good. And he gave his a good shakeout and blow off, and it really helped with the airflow after that. I'm sure he'll probably be replacing it before we do the Trans-Tiger run later this year, but keep an eye on it. Seeing as my cabin filter was all chewed up, I was curious and somewhat reluctant to check the condition of the engine air filter. And, of course, when you know it, something clearly got ingested into the air box. It looks like maybe just some paper debris and not rodents. But after pulling the filter off, however, I found these what appeared to be maybe dryer sheets laying down the bottom of the air box. Clearly signs of some nesting behavior. Man. Ooh, thank God this filter wasn't full of holes like the cabin air filter was. And the worst part is, I neglected to check it before I went on the week-long nickel belt run with the guys. I'm not going to do that again. I get the TT coming up soon, so I got a new filter in there right now, and I think before I leave and hit the highway, I'm going to check it again just to be sure. So I guess that's a wrap for this video. Again, don't neglect inspecting your filters. Don't neglect any of your maintenance procedures on your Bronco. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. See you next time here on the Lonely Overlander. Take care.